something I'm learning right now.
What?
You know, exactly what she just said. You know, just how to intentionally date. Your deal breakers, your commonalities, and your fuck the out. You know, your I don't give a fucks. Like really understanding that. That's something that comes with time.
Absolutely. And that's I think why a lot of people why there's
Right.
And I'm not budging.
I feel like that's.
And I can fuck you too and still.
I feel like that's a choice. Don't just run. That's where someone in more.
No.
That's when you get the.
This is why I said no. This is why I most of the time, if they don't fuck by second or third, opportunity to go past the 2 or 3 days, you will see that as 2 or 3 days he really just trying to fuck. If he kind of start acting funny, or by the 2 or 3 days, if you just date him and not be drinking and shit, you'll ask more questions and you'll figure out that you really don't like him or he don't like you.
Right.
And then if you get a little bit further, get to know the person, you'll actually know that, you know what I'm saying, he really, wants to actually date.
Right.
Because you haven't been clouded by sex. So if you hurried up and fuck day 1, day 2, you might find out he got a girlfriend. If you ain't had sex, versus if you had one on 3 or 4 days and then he finally.
Right. So that's what you're saying. You stop listening.
I feel like it's a double-edged sword. So say, hypothetically speaking, me and you, we engage in it. We have a couple good days. So everything is everything. The vibes is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Second day, I have 100 roses. Everything is just everything. I'm the perfect gentleman. Mm-hmm. And when it's time to perform, my dick is 1.5 inches. You was gonna be heartbroken. You're not gonna put up with that. You're gonna be fucking sick.
Well, this is the thing.
So why are we waiting 6 months?
Emotional connections are
this is the thing. I have to, and this is the thing. We could go on to 3 days and you can have 8 and 9 inches, Pablo. Okay, like, you know what I'm saying? Like so. I don't know. And a nice, and you can go ahead and then you be in there stroking that thing and have me Pablo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Pablo. Yes, just like that, right? And we can have a amazing. And then I'm gonna give you a pass the first time. I will allow you to make it up because I know that there is times where we are just getting to know each other. There could be a lot of excitement or anticipation. But if I don't come back the second time, Angie will not call you after the second time. Otherwise, other women who ain't had dick might still
tolerate it.
I won't. Right? Even if I come the first time, you done made me come. I just had this too. Pablo had me in there all night. He had this salmon. I like that. I like the sound of that. Pablo was in there tearing that ass up. Okay, all motherfucking night. Angie was wore out. Got up and they that bitch off a damn goddamn walk. He tore that motherfucker up. Okay, then about a week later, I say something to Pablo and Pablo don't respond appropriately, accordingly, how I want to. Or this ain't the term. I'm just giving an example. I'm giving an example. Okay.
As out
and then Pablo started acting different because Pablo still got his rotation, but he ain't put Angie in the rotation this week or dates. You know what I'm saying? Pablo ain't handle his duties to Angie, who he, you know what I'm saying, trying to keep pussy on the line. What Angie gonna do? She gonna reciprocate that. He gonna say that one time, Pablo, I need to see you. Not for fucking. I need to go on a date. I need some masculine energy. And Pablo make arrangements. And if Pablo don't make arrangements, the next time Pablo get ready to call Angie, call one and go through.
Angie promotes SWAP and good pussy. So if everything is how y'all said it is, then
everything is everything, and they still get blocked because they and they still do. Okay, they still get the energy be there. The wop is whopping. Okay, the ass is assing. The pussy is pussy, and the wet is wetting, and that is a fact. Okay,
I mean, because it's about a connection, you know. So like, if it ain't no connection there, yeah.
If you can't keep me here, you could light my ass up 2 or 3 times, and then you still after that, I still be waiting on you to say something to put up here. Mm-hmm. And if you can't lock in here, I'm like, did that happen? I said, Irvette, he ain't said nothing. He just wants some fucking. And I don't like that. I'm gonna him to start talking. Well, his ass is gonna be blocked. What happened about 2 weeks later?
He was left.
Blocked. I said, I'm gonna him start talking before this next month come in. And it's only about a week left. And he don't start saying some shit that makes sense. Yeah, no, the dick was okay. But I still need him to say something.
It was okay.
And no, I had a good time. I did come. Okay. But he ain't said shit yet. And the shit he said ain't making sense.
So you looking for an emotional bond?
Mental. I need an intellectual connection. I need a mental connection. Because after you get done, tear me up. You can't tear me up 24/7, 365, because we got to go out and do something for ourselves. And after you get done, tear me up in the bed, I need you to tear me up in here.
I think like this mid-range like generation has just like forgot how to date. Like
they have.
Like, honestly, like from about 47 to like our 31s, like real shit. Like I really believe they forgot how to fucking date.
Say 21.
I can't even say 21 because these like high school kids is like.
Yeah, you're not really dating at 21.
Like high school kids
like,
real shit.
Right.
Like think about how these high school kids lately have been like, you know, coming out with the shebang bang, like with even like the turnover dances.
No, they
ain't like the homecoming.
I've been talking to them little girls too, and the majority of them is getting the same thing.
But what I'm saying is like there are some remnants of romance in the younger community that there is not
really not though.
And you haven't seen these kids.
I have kids like
but this is the thing. I have one of those kids, so I can't
no. You're saying I don't have to see it because I'm actually talking to kids that age because I have a kid that age, and I'm telling you, kids there, even the girls, my daughter's age.
Okay. Comparison to 0% of our men in our age group, like to like.
No, let's have a real conversation.
70% of the high school kids are like.
We're not talking about high school because high school is not even dating. We're not. Let's talk about adults. And high school and dating is. High school is high. You're talking about some kid shit, and dating is dating. So we're not going to compare dating to high school shit. That's 2 different things. Let's talk about dating.
It's
21
that they put in the time.
But we're talking about dating. That's not dating.
To like create this. Like,
but we're talking about adult relationships, and we're not talking about children. This is an adult platform, and we're talking about adults, and we're talking about adult dating. So I don't want to even discuss children here because that's children is.
I'm talking about age groups.
So age of 21. And I'm telling you, I've talked to many of girls that are 21 and in their 20s, and they say the same thing that women in their 30s and 40s are saying, that it is hard today. So when I'm being serious about this, I'm really not joking about this. From 21 to about 41, or really your age, it is a horrible age gap. They are not dating them. So we're not talking about the fairy tale high school kiddie shit. Let's talk about 21-year-olds when they're really kind of like dating and they're kind of like adults. Right. And to 41, I've talked to all of them, age brackets, men and women. The girls in 21 are having the same issues with girls in their 31, are having the same issues with girls in their 41s. And damn near women in their 51s are having the same issues. So women from 21 to 51 are having the same issues with men. And men from 21 to 41 are having the same issues with women.
I'm not saying, I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm not saying I know the statistics, and I'm not even like trying to like group all into like the scale, but like think about like when we were in school, they weren't doing that shit.
Well, we're not comparing. They were doing that when I was in school.
They wasn't doing that shit in my school, but like I'm just talking about like there is no like sense of planning anything. There is no sense of creating value in a day. There is no sense hey, can you be available on Friday at 7?
High school kids aren't doing that because they have downtown 10 up shit. They're not even in high school anymore.
He just said it though. Females don't require that.
But what I'm saying is like,
even in high school they don't require it. And the high school kids are fucking more than in their 20s.
It's not just about
what I'm saying is, even when we're talking about it, there is no fucking fantasy relationships. There's just like, even in high school,
a fantasy relationship. I'm just talking about the fact that there's no sense of it.
Yeah. Even in high school, there isn't even.
They are way more romantic than these motherfuckers.
They not. I'm telling you, how do I know? Because I
actually what I've been seeing.
But I actually volunteer and work with girls. But no, what I'm telling you is I've actually I go where places where young girls are in a multitude. So this is not just me asking one little girl. I really am trying to change what our little girls, our younger women are. So I'm telling you, I've been at events where girls are 15 and 16 and they say all the boys want to do is fuck them. And then I've been where my daughter's age where they're 19 and 20 and they're saying all the boys want to do is fuck on them. And then so all of this is not, you're saying it doesn't exist anymore, and this is why I'm trying to talk about.
But I saw
a little portion in high school.
But that's 5% portion. That 5%.
But we're talking about dating or nothing happened like that. And even at their age, they don't have. At their age, they don't have.
Right, but 5% to no percent.
The problem is nobody is dating anymore. From teens all the way to our day, everybody is vibing and fucking, and that's it. Nobody is dating anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that started with our generation.
Nobody's even high school children not even dating anymore. Look at they got sex education at 10 and shit. They're not even dating. High school, for sure.
Right.
Like we end up saying the same thing, and we're like hitting different points. And I know it's like I know that you're like engulfed in this, and I swear, like
what I'm saying is even in children.
Give me a second. I work with plenty of women like over my realm. I don't even like to get involved like in this mental state. Because I was molested and raped at a young age, so I've dealt with, people in the women's shelter. I've dealt with children in the young community all through college, especially with my sorority, like Zeta Phi Beta to Zeta. But I am where you are, and I am just as passionate as you are. But there are things that I see in our younger community that we're lacking in a certain age group. And I'm not saying that it's a high percentage, because it's not. It's very low. So in comparison to like carryover, granted, trust me, I know all these niggas gonna do the fuck, and we saying the same shit. Like we really saying,
we're not. What I'm saying is,
give me a second. Let me finish. Sure. Like we're saying the same thing, and I think we're just hitting different points, because the reality of it is that it's not carrying over into the next age group. Like people have those ones to like be Cinderella classic, and then they switch over to the next age group, and it's like they forget what that is like for themselves and for the women.
Right.
And I don't know if like that transition from 20 to 21, like I don't know where that gap is missing for sure. And I think that our men suck like shit because it's our men that should be passing down the gentlemanism. Like, I don't even know if that's a word, but like, gentleman.
Let me
say
say
that the pussy talk back.
No,
the dictionary.
wait.
For the female, we not fucking ourselves. We fucking
No,
females.
let me elaborate on her thing though. So no, we aren't seeing the same things. And so you're saying that there is still in the younger generation, there is this dating or that they're doing this thing. And I'm saying, I understand that you do have that background, and I'm talking about right now, present day. This is why I am so, it pisses the things with this, how the young girls are and how women are being treated. I'm talking about right now today, in the last, even just this 6 months, that even I'm talking to, you have to understand that how the sexualization in the children are being, so kids aren't even having a chance to even have a dating because they're already pushing sex in them and not dating. They're talking more about sex in 10 years old, how to have sex, how to be gay, how to be this, how to be that. And nobody said anything about dating anymore or companionship or marriage. It's sex, sex, sex. So what I'm saying is that no longer even children, and it's 12, 13, they're not even dating. 15, 16, wait, they're not dating. And I'm telling you from just present today, I went to
that black community. Because
how old was you?
It's mostly wait. We ain't there. Wait, you wait.
And
I'm making
like
wait.
Like
Give me a second before you go there. And I'm saying, and it is, and I'm really talking about my own community. I am talking about my community because I'm sick of it. Okay, and I'm talking about present day today. I went somewhere where it's supposed to be a home for children. These kids were coming from rape, and these people at this facility, I won't even say the name. These girls are 13, 14, over there being raped by grown men. Okay, they're not even getting a chance to date. You think they're gonna date when they get 15, 16, or 17 when they turn? No, they ruined. And so they having a lot of sex because sex is so introduced to our children. Mm-hmm. And so nobody is dating anymore. And that's why I'm so passionate about the girls learning how to date, the PPP, the properly pricing their pussy. Make these boys date you. Make these boys get to know you. Make them ask you your name and tell you theirs. No, nobody is dating anymore. We're just doing a bunch of fucking on each other. And that's all age brackets. And all of them, from children to adults. Nobody is dating. There's a whole group of people that aren't even dating. I've talked to girls that's 20s. They don't even know if they wasn't even never dated. And they've been fucking and had children and never even dated. So no, the younger generation aren't dating anymore, to the fact that they don't even know what dating is. Because they think dating to them is going somewhere and hanging out and fucking somebody.
Let's see something different. Like, I'm not
I
saying
just don't like how y'all putting it all on males.
Ain't nobody put nothing on no males.
I'm not saying that what you're saying is
I didn't put anything on a male.
But
nobody, there are no fantasies anymore.
The portion of what I see, like my niece Morgan, like the portion of what I see at her school is completely different, babe. And I'm not
talking about one school. I'm talking about I've been to all different neighborhoods and talked to different people in different communities.
She's at what the fuck is this school? It's right off of Governors Highway and
Flossmoor.
Yeah.
In a rich community.
I'm the closest to the
I'm telling you, you're talking about in $1 million community. Of course, of course they have fairy tales and that. You're talking about a group of girls who come from a 2-parent household. I'm telling you, I've been to different places in different communities where we're talking about that. You're talking about in a 2-parent household. 7-figure community, they wouldn't be thinking like that, but I'm talking about our people as a collective. And I've been to all different neighborhoods, the west side, south side, and north, and those girls are not being dated anymore. Yeah, they don't even talk about sex education out there in Flossmoor. It's totally different bracket.
I started
told
like
That's one different school.
Nah.
We're talking about the.
I would love to help. Like whatever we gotta do to get the fucking dynamic change, and that's cool. But like,
But that's you can't even compare that to
I'm
the
not
city
only
kids.
It's
comparing
fucked up out here.
Baltimore
It's
though.
getting
Like
worse
I
and
live in
worse.
Nashville too. Like that's where I did most of my outreach.
Nashville is also a different kind of community.
But I mean, I will
Nashville,
say this.
Tennessee is the birds. It's getting worse and worse. I lost my shit in 7th grade. And I'm sure I ain't lost all shit around the
Yeah,
same
sorry,
way.
No, I mean, environment plays a huge role in what goes on. Not to say that anything could happen anyway. You know what I'm saying? But that does play a huge role. And both of you young ladies are, in so many words, saying the same thing, just from different sides of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're seeing it more so from like those sisters in the inner city that don't have those resources or those support systems, and how like they don't even get the opportunity
I'm also
to
seeing
see
it
that.
in the suburbs too, because why? My daughter didn't live in the hood in the
Right.
inner city. My daughter was actually raised as a middle class child, right?
Right.
Even in her school, when she was in high school, same issue. My daughter did not date in high school. Why? Because she was not fucking.
Right.
My daughter was a lot of sex because all the girls were having sex and she wasn't. And so even in a nice neighborhood that we grew up in, unless you're asking one girl or you're asking all the girls, because when I go to the schools, I go to all the track meets, the basketball things, I talk to all the kids. They love me. And so they share things with me. So I'm saying even in nicer neighborhoods, the boys, sex is such at a rampant that even still they aren't, right? And so when we were coming up, there used to be like the flowers and the balloons, and there might be a little bit of it. Exactly, but even in decent schools,
right,
it's a lot of sex going on, and unless you really in them schools talking to those children, you wouldn't know.
I mean, but that was happening like when I was in high school. Like, girls was having sex in the hallway, in the bathroom, in the cars. I went to Bogan. You know, I mean, it wasn't like lean on me or no crazy ass shit like that.
Curie, Bogan, right?
What?
For sure.
Nah,
We
I
can so
fuck with Curie. My brother was
be
Curie.
talking about sexual experiences.
We could always edit.
Yes.
I don't like how we get into the younger generation. Y'all ain't really let me, I'm the younger generation.
Yes.
It ain't even so much of us. I feel like on some real honest shit, not even on a podcast shit. It's the household that you grew up in.
That's true.
How many people grew up in two parents' household? I didn't. I never seen nobody being properly loved, so I didn't know how to properly love a female until I lost one that I really cared about.
Who you love?
Man, I ain't even type of podcast.
Was it your mom?
I'm talking about a female type shit. Yeah, type shit.
Oh, how long ago was that?
That was like 2019. But you feel me? Like,
it's like recent.
That's a long ass time.
That's a long time.
Recent.
Shit. That's your early 20s to your
that's how you
late
know it's a
20s.
real emotional connection. It ain't even
No, not
sex.
much.
You just really love a motherfucker. Just on little boy shit. Just having a whole lot of money, but doing little boy shit.
I'm trying to tell you, no more than you.
Little boy shit.
What was little boy shit?
Living with your mama, little boy shit.
Nah,
I ain't cheating on her. That's the only female I never cheated on.
Just little boy shit. Why you gonna move out your mama's house?
Little boy shit. Motherfucker had 20,000, all type of shit, just living with someone. Little boy shit. It takes time to grow up.
You want to live with
It takes time to grow up. It takes time to grow up.
You don't want to live with the boost?
It takes time to grow up.
Okay. Where should you stand?
Yeah, I feel like it's the households and shit like that. Who grew up seeing their mama properly loved? Who grew up seeing their mama get flowers on the regular? I didn't see that shit.
Right.
I agree. I do
I'm 15 years. I'm 15 years younger than my mama. So she's what, 44? I've never seen it to this day. I don't put that in there. But I've never seen that shit. So how do I know how to move? And then I'm not out here fucking myself.
I feel like that's why age requires
females.
Because I feel like
I'm
you
not
guys should
fucking myself.
be able to educate yourself enough to know.
But
well, I like a different kind of man now. I think even after my ex, I feel I got some extra things because I oversaw that, so I didn't reevaluate.
So what I'm saying is like you like this rate, right? So like I feel like reality is that we can't no longer like blame it on generational curses or like upbringing because
I feel like you can
knowledge and like educating yourself and reading.
Who get married now?
That's why Edge wanted to get it read.
Well, that's not necessarily why I want a man that can read.
I feel like
I would like to have things that I would like to have be
Doesn't
with a
make you happy.
person. No, I'm not happy about myself, whether I'm with them or without them. That's the problem.
Hey,
For the man or the partner to make a person happy, you gotta be happy first. That way when a nigga leave, you don't be looking for another nigga.
Yeah.
Just be cool. So we gonna be happy. He gonna be happy when I meet him. I'm gonna be happy. We gonna be happy together. We gonna share each other. They ain't gonna change him. He gonna change me. But the reason why I want him to read is just that I wanna this time around I wanna be with somebody that I have things in common with that we can share things.
Deal breakers. Like
they're not necessarily deal breakers. Those
so
are just things
of
that I
want.
want.
Something that would really turn her
Those
on.
are my deal breakers. That's
what you name though. Like which ones will you be willing to compromise? So you don't
of
read.
Which one? If he doesn't,
read, is that a compromise?